If your distributed team is still doing, just push to main and pray. I'm going to assume you enjoy production incidents as a hobby. Version control only works remotely when the workflow is boringly explicit.
That's a little dramatic. But okay, what do you want? Feature branches, pull requests, the whole ceremonial parade.
Feature branches, yes. Short-lived ones. And pull requests that aren't just code dumps, with a thumbs up from whoever happened to be awake in the right time zone.
We tried that once. Merged 3 days late because nobody wanted to be the first reviewer.
Exactly. Distributed teams need ownership. Code owners clear review slots, and fewer, I thought you saw it in messages. I swear half of remote engineering is just detective work.
Fine, but long-running branches are safer when the network is messy.
Safer? They're fossil beds. The merge conflict becomes a fossil record. Keep branches tight, rebase often, and let Psi do the arguing before humans do.
You're assuming CI is trustworthy.
I'm assuming people are less trustworthy than CI, which, frankly, has been a low bar lately.
Harsh. But I do like trunk-based with strong tests. Faster feedback, less drift.
There. One delay. See? You can be reasonable when pressured. Speaking of less drift, the real trick for remote teams is making the workflow visible enough that nobody has to guess where the truth lives.
So one source of truth, not 6 side channels and a quick sync that turns into archaeology?
Precisely. The repo is the truth, the issue tracker is the intent, and chat is where good intentions go to die. If the branch name doesn't tell me what changed, I'm already annoyed.
We started using commit prefixes and PR templates. Cut down on the mystery a lot.
Good. Mystery is for novels on tables like this, not for code reviews. Also, distributed teams need fast CI and small diff. Nobody should be reviewing a 1400-line minor refactor at 5 p.m.
Guilty. Shao. But smaller PRs mean more context switching.
Only if your planning is sloppy. Split the work, keep the changes coherent, and let reviewers breathe. Otherwise you get the classic remote team ritual: one person in Europe blocks, one person in California forgets, and everyone in between nods like they're reading tea leaves. Which is exactly why code review etiquette matters more than people admit. A PR is not a personal diary entry. It's a request for help.
Some reviewers act like they're auditioning for a courtroom drama.
And some authors do too, but at least they get paid for the performance. In reviews, be specific, be kind, and don't nitpick formatting if the formatter already handled it.
Unless the formatter is wrong.
Then fix the formatter, don't start a theological debate in the comments. Also, if you're blocking, say why. Needs tests is useful. This feels off is not.
I've seen people leave 30 comments then vanish for 2 days.
That's the worst kind of remote latency. If you're going to review, be available enough to answer follow-up. Otherwise, the author sits there, refreshing like a fool, waiting for Oracle-level wisdom from line 214.
Okay, but sometimes the author gets defensive.
Sure. That's why reviewers should ask questions instead of throwing bricks. What was the trade-off here? Lands better than, why would you do this? Unless you want a Slack war over coffee and nobody wins there. Exactly. And once reviews are calmer, remote collaboration tools can actually help instead of just making noise. A good tool should make the next step obvious.
Meaning comments, approvals, and links to the issue all in one place?
That, plus notifications that don't behave like a caffeinated squirrel. If every mention pings everyone, people start ignoring the system.
We turned off half the alerts and productivity went up immediately.
Shocking. It turns out humans don't love being interrupted every 12 seconds. For engineers, the best tools are the ones that reduce context switching, diff view, inline discussion, test results, maybe a little CI status. Not 17 tabs and a hope.
I like when the tool threads decisions so you can find why something happened later.
Yes, because 6 months from now, nobody remembers why the retry logic was changed, but the audit trail will. Remote teams live and die by searchable history.
Unless someone writes fix stuff as the PR description.
Then they deserve every future mystery they create, which is why real-time communication has to be used carefully. Chat is great for quick technical back and forth, but it's terrible when people treat it like a substitute for thinking.
That's half of engineering culture, though. Someone asks a question, and suddenly 10 people are typing opinions at once.
And none of them have read the stack trace. For technical discussions, you need a channel for fast clarification, and a rule for when to stop. Otherwise, you get a 40-message thread about one semicolon.
Video calls help when the issue is messy.
Sure, but only if there's a clear agenda. I'm not sitting through a surprise meeting just because someone couldn't explain a race condition in text.
Fair, wire, but text misses tone, and then people argue over wording.
Then write better. Or use screen shares when the problem is visual. The tool matters less than the discipline around it. If remote engineers can't tell whether they're deciding, debugging, or just venting, the conversation drifts into the void, like this one, if you're not careful. Drift is exactly why knowledge-sharing tools matter too. If every useful explanation lives and dies in one call, the team keeps reinventing the same answer.
So, docs, internal WICAS, recorded demos, that sort of thing?
Yes, but only if they're maintained. A stale wiki is just a polite lie. I'd rather have a short, accurate note than a beautiful graveyard of outdated architecture diagrams.
You're really committed to insulting documentation today.
Only the bad kind. Good docs save remote teams from repeating the same debugging rituals. Good pairing notes, postmortems, design docs with actual decisions. Those are gold.
We've been leaving more context in the repo lately. Fewer, why did we do this? Mysteries.
Exactly. Put decisions where engineers already look. And make the tools searchable, because nobody wants to excavate a month-old chat log to find the one sentence that matters.
Unless they enjoy suffering.
Some do. They usually become incident commanders.